Familia, family. We all know that it's good to have very ambitious goals, right? And nobody has more ambitious goals than the Property Service Division of SCIU. When people said at the very beginning of our union that janitors could never be organized, that janitors could never have power in the workplace, that janitors could not look to a future of good wages, of benefits, and a union, they were wrong then. We proved them wrong. We created the new model of organizing at the time in 1921 in Chicago. Our predecessors who created SCIU as the Building Service International Union in Chicago in 1921, they knew that they have to think big, that they have to have a vision, that they have to aspire to something great. But they knew too that if you have big and ambitious goals, you need to have a way to get there. You need to have a strategy. You need to have organization. You need to have plans. You need to have courage that takes the form of organized, disciplined, concerted, collective action. Just like when you are driving to a destination, and either if you are old school, you get a road map to know how to get there, or more likely, you plug your Google map or you put your GPS and that leads you to your destination. We too, every time, need to create a GPS of power for the people to get to our destination. So when we talk at this division assembly, and when we talk at the convention, and when we engage with others in our union, in communities, with allies, with other labor unions, and we talk about innovating, about creating, about being very, very nimble and finding new ways to win, what we mean is that we need to have that roadmap, that GPS, that courage alone is not enough. It starts with courage, but it ends with organization, purpose, plan, strategy to beat the boss and to win for working families. Now, I am so proud. I am so proud of our union. Yo soy muy orgulloso de corazón con nuestra unión. Very proud, because we did an innovation these past 4 years called the 5-4-15. And brothers and sisters, if you want creativity, look at yourself, because you made 15 the demand of working people today in America, and we are just getting started. Now, so through our history, our division has been innovating, creating, finding new ways to win when the odds were against us. What better example than our brand campaign, because it's still close to my heart, so I'm going to be indulged for a minute, Justice for Janitors. When Justice for Janitors began, it was a response to a changed environment. Like I said, our union, the whole of SCIU, was created out of janitors who went on strike and built a union in Chicago and all around the country in 1921. Our own local began 32 BJ in 1934. But over time, our employers, the real estate industry, found a way to undermine what we have won decade after decade after decade. In the 1970s, they realized that they did not have to employ the janitors directly, that they could take the workers out of the building, lay them off, lower the standards, pay low wages, take their benefits, take their power, if they contracted the building service work that our members were doing at the time. Everybody with me? So remember this. We have to be creative and innovate because our employers are all the time scheming how to take the power that we win. That is one big reason. And when they took us on in property services, in building services, and they contracted the janitorial work out, what did we do? Did we lament that event? No. Maybe for a while, people were whining. For a while, people were confused. But they looked at themselves and they said, yes, we can win. And we organized the contractors, and today we have hundreds of thousands winning great contracts like we did in California, in New York, everywhere around the country. We show them that we can do it. And the same thing, when they said you cannot organize security workers because there are legal barriers, we said security officers will have the union, the same union in the building that represents the janitors. We did it, we found a way, we innovated, we built power. And today, when our union is saying, let's create the next forms of worker power, when we are fighting for fast food workers, we are showing in our airport campaign that we can organize entire airports, that we can organize across contractors. 7,000 airport workers began bargaining for tens of contractors over 3 airports in New York. We are showing we can win 15 and a union. So brothers and sisters, when it comes to creativity, when it comes to plan and strategy, look no further. Look to the person next to you. Look to this division. Look at the firemen and oilers who started the union at a time when unions were illegal and people paid for their lives. Are firemen and oilers here today? Stand up. Look at Workers United, who started in manufacturing in the most difficult time of our history. Workers United, stand up. Look at the janitors who did justice for janitors. You fought hard, stand up. You security officers, you build power from what the janitors want. Stand up. You airport workers, you are building power from what security officers want. Stand up. And we all stand up to create the new form of organization to win the union. Nobody's going to stop us. We are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. We are unstoppable. The other side thinks that we don't matter, that what we can do will have no impact on what workers need and deserve. We say the opposite. We say that we matter, that we find a way to matter even more, and that we fight for something that matters, which is lifting working families out of poverty, building our power in our communities, standing together for all of us, standing for immigrant workers, standing on racial justice, standing for the issues that matter to the vast population here and all around the world. So just like the iPhone was invented out of putting together video, music, a phone, computer technology that advanced, and now by putting the parts together, there is something totally new. We too can build power and build something new together by bringing together all of the vast amount of workers, low-wage workers like ourselves in the private sector. We will be our own iPhone. for the 21st century. We are going to create that movement, and it's going to be a global movement, a diverse movement, an inclusive movement, a movement that speaks every language, that has every color, that yields power for what is truly democratic all around the world.